Welcome to the long-term podcast. Ireland Parsons, everyone.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
recording me.
Yeah, this is
Hello.
it. This is it.
Hey,
So, what was one unexpected culture shock you experienced during your time abroad, and how did you adapt to it?
well, one culture shock would probably be when I went to Greece for the first time. Um, it was really scary. So I was 19 when I went, and when I got there, I found that just the pace of life was so different than anything here.
What do you mean, like pace? Like,
Everything was just slow motion, basically. And a part of it was great. Like, I loved the fact that everything was very laid back. People were, living life, going to
Yeah.
the beach. But coming from Canada, where everything is, you have your routine, you wake up, you go, you have to be here on time. Super strict. It was difficult to adjust to that. But like at the same time, it was that and the fact that there was so much happening at once. I remember my first day when I walked outside. Everything, the like traffic, the people, the streets was just chaos, I found. Everything was really busy and fast, but also slow. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
no, I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
yes, there was a high amount of traffic, but
Yeah.
the people were more relaxed. Like, they were
Yeah.
just going with the flow, versus here, it's more like wedge right between, and like maybe there's less traffic, but people are like in a hurry. Like,
Yeah.
they're late.
Yeah. It was like chaos, but then everyone was super chill about it. Like, I felt, oh my gosh, this is happening. Like, I remember witnessing something on the street that was really just crazy, and no one was doing anything. Everyone was just going about their day, kind of like, oh yeah, that's an everyday thing.
Crazy. Like, what was happening on the street?
Like, a man was getting choked. It was just like the most extreme thing. And this was my first day,
Your
okay?
first day.
I'm 19. I remember
Yeah.
I went to the receptionist because when I first
Yeah.
arrived, I had to be in a hotel for a week because my apartment wasn't ready. And I went down and I said, hey, I need some breakfast. Where can I go to get something? And she kind of directed me down the street. So I opened the doors, I'm walking, and this is happening. Like, something's going down and no one's doing anything. People are
Just
just
like-
kind of like going about like this is something that happens every day. I mean, to be fair, the neighborhood I lived in was really not a good neighborhood. You think of Greece and you think the islands and the beaches, blue skies, but then there's Athens, which is a whole other side of it. Even when I arrived my first night, my cab driver said to me, "Are you going to be walking alone like through here?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to university. I'm doing a semester abroad." And he said, "You have to be so careful. This is not somewhere you want to walk like alone as a woman." And then he dropped me off. I remember.
Very, very ominous.
No, it was so bad. I called my parents and I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't be here. I need to come home now. This place is not what I thought it would be." Because to be fair, yeah, I thought Greece, I thought Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
So-
Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I thought, okay, it's going to be, fun party. I mean, it was amazing. But in that moment, there's like two sides to it. So yeah, that was a huge culture shock, just the environment and seeing things that you wouldn't really see walking around. I mean, like, I'm from Sherwood Park. I've been raised here. So like really lucky to be around such like a safe environment. And then living in Athens, like right in the city, it was really scary at times, especially as a woman, like walking like around alone at night and stuff. You have to be so careful. I mean, that's here as well. Like, I'm not going to walk around downtown alone, but that was a huge culture shock. And just, yeah, the pace of life going back to that. I remember I was going to the airport once and I checked the bus time 3 times. I was like, this is the bus I'm getting on. And when I went with my luggage, it was at 3 a.m. Okay, my flight was at, I don't know, 6 a.m. So I was like, okay, I have to get to the bus stop. I have to be here at this time. The bus just didn't show up. Half the time, the transportation just wouldn't come. And it was just like, that's life. That's Greece. And I was so mad. I had woken up, walked to the bus stop. I'm in this like kind of scary neighborhood with my luggage alone, waiting for this bus. It's not coming. It just didn't come. So stuff like that was really difficult. It sounds stupid too, because it's like small things that I didn't think would be like a huge thing. But at times it was nice because it was really, relaxed, go with the flow. But other times it was kind of, oh my gosh, I need this organization. Like it's too much of this. So a good in between, I think. And sometimes I would go to like my class. I would show up, I'd be there on time. Like class starts at 8 a.m. Okay, I'm getting up, making sure, like here, I'm there at like on time. Then the professor strolls in 30 minutes later. People are coming in like 45 minutes. It's like 9:45. I've been the only one in this class.
Yeah. Like what, you were looking around, what's going on? Like, like, what is this?
Wait, was class canceled?
Yeah.
So weird. And then, there's the professor. All right, here we go. I swear I thought going to study, I was terrified of how difficult it would be, the schooling and just the strictness of it. When I got there, it was like here was way more strict. And the things that would happen as well, just in the school. Like, there was one day, sorry, I feel I'm like really
great. No, this is awesome. Okay. Yeah.
There was one day that there was a group chat with all the international students, and they said, don't come to class today. And then they just sent a video. And I remember opening it up, and it was just this group of people, and they were dressed all in black clothing, and they were like throwing tear gas in front of the school, like this whole group.
Tear gas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just, I don't even know. And then they were running inside the school, and it was just this video. And then there were police, and they said, don't come, there's a riot. Like this would happen every couple of days at this university because in this neighborhood, it was happening.
Wow, that sounds thrilling. Maybe I should transfer.
Well, and so I saw it was like attention students. If you have class, the university is blocked off today because of this. And then I went into the video and saw this. And there was one time even I was getting my food because they had like a cafeteria. And this group of people came in and they had baseball bats. And they were like shattering glass in the school. People were spray painting the walls. I can't make this up. Like it was nothing I had ever seen. So in that aspect, that was probably the most difficult part to adjust to, was just seeing this. Because if that were to happen at like my university here, like police would, you're like, that's not happening. You're not spray painting the wall and getting away with it, but there's just casually someone doing this. I remember standing in line for like my food and smelling like spray paint really strong. And I look over and someone's just got their hood up and full on. And then they just walked away.
Is this like a student? Like
I have no idea. Like they just did it and walked away and nothing was done.
Well, the ramifications must have been like pretty light for him to just not treat it as...
No one, it was an everyday thing. And there were posters everywhere. Like it was all in Greek. So I never really knew what was going on. But there was like this one poster with an X over it saying, I don't know. It was in Greek, but yeah, stuff happening, a lot of protests. So that part, the safety part, and then just like the, nonchalant kind of go with the flow. But at the same time, I don't know. I love the place. So it was, I kind of, once I got past that part, I loved everything about it. And I kind of learned to go with their vibe in Greece. And the people were so kind. So that was really nice. But it's different for every country. Like that was my situation when I arrived in Athens. But then in Austria or other places I've gone to, it's been like completely different just because every country has its own, culture and what they do. And also that was a specific part of Athens, like that city, that area was really like that. Mm-hmm. But then you would go to the more kind of touristic areas of the city and it was way different. So,
oh, wow. So you're 19, you go to Greece,
Yeah.
you're starting university. Your
Yeah.
first day, you see a man getting choked out outside this store, restaurant,
Yeah.
and then nobody's batting an eye. They're just like looking
No.
about them like, oh, this is a normal thing.
Was
Throughout
normal.
your university semester, you're seeing people just running rampant chaos, just spray painting all the walls, and you're just like, what is going on? Yeah, you're horrified. I
was
wonder
scared.
what they would think about Sherwood Park at Edmonton. They'd be like, why are all these people so soft, right? Why are all these people so nice? And that's when I was I migrated to Canada when I was 9, originally from the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I grew up around just a bunch of it was a dog eat dog world. I mean, this was kids bullying each other, being mean to each other, you know, pitting each other. And then they'd go to the washroom. That's always where the fights happen, because like the teachers don't really go in there. It's like really dirty, which is actually another thing where I came to Canada and I'm like, why are their washrooms so clean?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they like? Why is everybody so nice? Why is and I was like, anytime somebody made a mistake or like couldn't hear me, they were apologizing. I'm like, why are they saying pardon? There's nothing to be sorry for. And so here I was 9, I was wanting to dominate the school, and all I got was love and kind. And they were very nice to the Down syndrome kid, you know? And I was like, wow, like this is awesome, right? But at the same time, I was confused because like the jokes were different. Just like the books, like what kids did for fun, like hockey, like why do people like skating around the rink, right? Why is that a thing? But then over time, right, you get to just see the value in it. And over time, you want to connect with people, and you get to see the norms, right? You make friends at certain classes, and then you go about and see which restaurants are great and which, you know, hobbies people take part in. Like, oh, and then you start getting into like friend groups, and you get to see kind of, oh, that person is this. And then you start going in to all these different factions within that country. And it opens your mind up that, oh, here I was growing up in Sherwood Park. Yeah. Right. And then now I'm just like, there's so much things that I just learned in the span of a year. Yeah. Right? Now, what was that like for you? Like navigating throughout like friends and just like being independent. That's a big thing, right? What was that like? Because this is the first time you're just subjected in it, like submerged, eh? Yeah. And like you'd have no experience ever prior to this, eh?
Yeah, no. Yeah. I had been to Europe once when I was 15 with my family, just on like a group trip. Mm-hmm. But when I decided to go to Greece, a part of me thought it wasn't going to happen, because COVID was really bad again and restrictions were coming back into place. So I thought, oh my gosh, this isn't going to work out. So at least I tried. Like I can say I tried to go abroad, but COVID made it not possible. Mm-hmm. I was terrified. I was also the like kid growing up when sleepovers would happen or anything like that. I'd be calling my mom at 3 a.m. Mom, like come pick me up. I can't be here.
How old were you? Please don't say 17.
No, but kind of. No.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I never liked having sleepovers. I would always miss like my family. No. This was probably in, I don't know, I want to say elementary. Like, okay, I probably could have had a sleepover, but I just wanted my own bed.
That's fair.
But I'm a very like big homebody in some ways. So deciding to go and do this was it was easy to imagine it.
A homebody that goes to Greece, Austria.
Well, that's the part where I was like, I can't do this because, I love, I mean, that's the thing is like, I love being in my comfort zone. I love my bed and my routine. But I know that if I don't push myself and go and do these things, that I'm just going to stay and get comfortable in my routine, which is great. Like I love living at home. I love my family. We're very close, but it scares me as well to just kind of go with the flow and keep that going forever because it's so comfortable. At 18, because I was 18 when I decided and then I turned 19 right before leaving, I was, everything in my life was kind of crashing down at once. So that helped me decide. It helped me like go forward and be like, okay, what have I got to lose? Otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to do it because of that. You know, I need to stay I need to stay at home. Like, there's no way I'm moving across the world right now. But because of that, I just went. And then being independent, yeah, it was super difficult from going from like my family, living at home with my parents, and then having to deal with these situations on my own. I mean, I still had them. There was like the time difference. So I would be texting my dad at 3 a.m. here and say, oh my gosh, the bus never showed up. I'm like in the middle of the street. He's like, get an Uber, Ireland. Like, I was like, no, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I need to take the bus. But it was so important that I kind of created that independence. I will admit though, coming back home and then going again, it's so easy for me to fall back into like, oh, it's fine, I'm living at home, like not as independent, which is why I really like going and doing it more and more, because each time I learn, okay, this is what I need to do to kind of take care of myself. Even cooking, like when I went the first time, I'm not a cook. I mean, you know, I look up my Pinterest recipes, I try them out, but I'm no Gordon Ramsay. I'm not out here cooking. I try, but it's never good. So that, even stuff like that, and laundry, to be fair, my mom has done my laundry growing up. I'm so grateful for her, but stuff like simple things like that you just learn to do when you leave home, that I really took for granted. So stuff like that, it really helped. And then, yeah, just dealing with stuff not working out and having to kind of sit there and be like mature and make a decision in that moment on your own without having that support system around you. It happened a lot traveling and just stuff not going as planned. Half the time when traveling, stuff just doesn't, like flights get canceled, things come up. Like this past summer when I went traveling with my best friend, we did like a volunteer experience and it was the most chaotic thing I've ever experienced in my life. And so we had to like, I mean, I had her, so that was great. But yeah, I didn't know what to do. So just small things like that, I guess, it really pushes you. It sounds stupid though, like laundry and cooking. No,
it's not. Like the little things, they add up to amalgamate to something great.
Yeah.
Because like that laundry, 15 minutes there, cooking, 30 minutes if you want a meal prep.
Yeah, maybe, like what am I gonna eat today?
There's so many little things that do add up that, hey, like I need my car fixing. Like my dad usually does that for me. And like you don't take that into account. And so this probably has opened up so much gratitude for you, hey? And I think that, you know, that those things that did happen toppled, you said everything was chaotic. Everything was so, you wanted to change. Yeah. And you saw that the way things were going, living a comfortable life, too much comfort is leading you to, you know, not great situations, and you're not uncovering parts of yourself. Yeah. Right? And so I think it's a great thing though, because had those things not happen, then maybe you wouldn't have taken the step to travel. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think I've heard many times of people that have to change because they've hit rock bottom, right? Like it's not to the point where it's like, there's people that never change because they're in the middle of like, oh, it's good, but it's not that good, but it's but it's also not that bad, right? So you're in this like middle point, but then you're thrusted. It's comfortable. Then you're thrusted into this like chaotic scene. Yeah. And you have to look in the mirror one day and you go, I need to change something, or if I keep going down this path, it's going to lead to a life worth of misery. You know, it's not going to end up well. Yeah. And so like the way I do it is I do some reflection. I go, okay, what do I want to do right now? Right. Yeah. And not because of what people say, not because of what my family says. Yes, I do love them, but like, what do I want out of my life? You know? And it's like, oh, I've always wanted to travel. And what are the excuses that I have? Oh, it's like the family, I'll miss them, comfort, right? Like the airport's like really chaotic. So I just want to, but then what are the upsides? Okay, I get to experience a different culture. I get to unravel different parts of myself. I get to witness growth within just like the culture and knowledge, and I get to do something that's true to me, right?
Yeah.
Versus I think a lot of people spend so much time just going, oh, what would my dad do? You know, what would make him happy, or what would my friends think of me in a higher regard, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like all about like taking that step, no matter how scary it is, because like truly you only grow in the discomfort.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to have that, like someone pushing you, literally pushing you to like forcing yourself to meet people. You're like, if I don't introduce myself to this person today, I'm not gonna like meet anyone on this exchange or something. Yeah, like that. Oh, if I don't do this, like this won't happen, and holding yourself back. And also that's like, I've lived with anxiety for so long that it's held me back from doing so much.
What's it like for you?
It sucks. It sucks, especially growing up. I mean, I used to be like, when I look back when I was younger, I was just having a good time, enjoying life. And then something switched. I don't know. It's like I turned 18 or something, and everything around me was the most scary thing ever. Like, even just, I used to have like panic attacks about going in for random appointments. Like, I'd be in my car going, okay, when I go in, how am I going to interact with this person? Hi, I'm here for this appointment at this time. Like, simple stuff like that terrified me.
Did you think it was rational?
I mean, I always thought that if I can think it in the moment and plan ahead for it and stress about it right now, then once the time comes, it won't be as scary. Like, it was all about having control, if that makes sense. So yeah, I thought that it made sense to me to stress about it in that moment, because if you don't stress about it now, then you're going to have to deal with that when the time comes, rather than just being a normal person and going, hey, I'm here for this appointment. Like, it makes no sense, but it was all about having just control over every single thing. And like, even not just appointments, like months in advance. This is going to happen. I have to have a plan of what I'm going to like say to this person, how this is going to play out. Yeah.
You're thinking too long term.
I'm thinking too long term. Yes.
But I think maybe you're creating scenarios in your head that are like worst case scenarios. Like, it goes back to we suffer more in imagination than in reality.
Yes.
Because when you think, oh, saying hi to that person is going to result in them standing up and going, how dare you? And then people will be like, look at her trying to make friends. And then the prof gets in and everybody calls the cops. Next thing you know, choppers are in there. SWAT team comes in. You're shot. Now you're dead. Like, chances of that happening is very slim.
No, I know. It's crazy.
And for me, it's in certain circumstances, like, and not for the most part, but like certain types of people, like especially if it's like something very important in my life, like if it's like a job interview or something, or like, I don't know, if it's like
the podcast. That's important.
At the start, I was actually really nervous at the start.
Well, yeah.
It's just exposure therapy. Now it's just like,
now you're like, hey, get on in here, take a seat.
Take a seat.
Welcome to my podcast.
We're gonna meditate. We're gonna
deep breaths.
Yeah.
Yes. Now it's a routine.
Yeah. No, I got a routine going. I even got you some water there too.
Wow. Look at this.
There wasn't music before. Before there was no music? And there was no preamble before too. We were just cold hard boom.
You know what? That's what Cass said to me. She said, you get in there, you sit down, you go. Like, he's not playing around. You're gonna starting.
Now there's preamble now. Now
I like it.
Yeah.
A little, get the vibes going.
Get the vibes, because
create the atmosphere.
Yeah, because for some people this is like the first time they've seen me.
Yeah, like I've never met you before, but you know what?
Yeah.
We needed that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
We needed that sit down.
Little preamble, you know? Because like a lot of my friends that were tuning in, they're like, bro, like the guest is obviously like, it seems like they're getting tortured, man. Like you need to calm down. You need to like do some preamble. Yeah, because they're like as soon as they get in,
yeah,
like, hey, nice to meet you. Let's go upstairs. Boom, they sit down, turn on the cam.
That's so
first
scary.
question.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't even see the camera.
Yeah,
is it going?
No, it's going. It's good. Hey. One time it wasn't, and I was like terrified, or like it was really blurry. The one time I was doing it with Ireland, and I was just so, I don't know. It's the
Ireland.
Worst feeling. Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
Ferguson. Yeah, no.
I'm like, have I been here before?
Have you?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it's the worst feeling. I don't know. Yeah. Like they gotta have a new word for a podcast gone wrong. Like I feel like there's no word to describe it.
I feel like it's happened more. Like it probably happens all the time.
Yeah, they need a word for it. Like Podrest.
No,
I was gonna combine podcast and depressed.
Yeah. No, but I think like introducing the meditation music really helps.
Oh, really?
Get those vibes going. Also, I think you might need like a little fountain.
A fountain like on the
for
side?
Just the sound, the background noise.
Be some fish.
Ooh, maybe that.
A goldfish, like
no,
right
that would
here.
Be great.
I have a spider. You wanna see?
No, you don't.
No, I do.
No, you don't. Where?
Right here, I got him at
it's
the
like
gym.
A small spider. You got it at the gym and locked it in a little cage?
What? Like, I love spiders. I used to have pet spiders.
Dead.
It's not dead. It's laid an egg.
What the
What?
Is that a fly in its trap?
I'm feeding.
It's not moving.
Her name's Max. I didn't know it was
she's
girl.
Not moving.
I can get her out if you'd like.
I thought you were going to pull out a full-on tarantula. When people say they have spiders, I imagine like there's a spider in a glass tank. No, it's upside down. Like, she's dead.
No, she's not. She's moving.
You suffocate. Oh. It's
she's
moving.
A little bit of an odor, too.
You know what, though? I don't mind spiders.
You
okay? They're a little freaky, but I'm never going to kill a spider. I'm taking it outside, getting it out, but I don't mind them.
I just
Oliver, if that were like to appear near him,
really,
he's screaming. Like, I know people that if they see spiders, it's endgame. But
there are friends.
I know. And also, it's going to rain.
Yeah.
It's going to rain if you kill that. So you keep her. You keep Max. Max is her name?
Yeah. I thought it was a...
Where exactly in the gym did you locate the spider?
So I was, have you been to Millennium Place?
I've like been to the gym there maybe when I was in grade 10. So yeah, I know. Okay. I kind of know the layout.
There's like a little passageway right in the middle.
Okay.
And then I'm walking by near
like the Stairmaster kind of region?
Those have been switched up, but it was there.
Okay.
I think last time we were in there was grade 10, they've switched spots.
Yeah,
they always
probably.
Okay. But that area.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking by and there's just Max right there going down. She's just there in front of me. And then there's like a couple girls go, oh my gosh. And I'm like, wow, this is, and then I grab it by the web and then I'm going around and then
came in to save the day.
And then I'm playing with it right in the middle of the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we get along well. I think we're emotionally connecting.
Wow.
But I think she's gonna live with me for a while.
All right. Maybe she'll.
Yeah, there's some eggs. So if you'd like some spiders.
All right.
But what draws you specifically to Italy for fashion, and how do you plan to integrate yourself into the culture?
More about myself?
Yes.
I'm ready to talk. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay. I feel like I've moved the mic 3 times.
That's okay.
Whatever.
That's the feature with it. You can like.
Can you hear me?
No, not makes it so hard for editing.
So sorry.
There's actually people that like when they talk, they do that. Yeah, no, don't do that.
Okay.
That's terrible. Okay.
It's near me. the question was, what draws me to Italy?
Yeah,
for fashion?
For fashion, yeah.
All right. Well,
You're like a big fashionista, right?
You know, I'm trying, but no, I am. That is the decision I've kind of gone with. But when I went to Milan for the first time, I don't know. Have you ever been to Italy?
No.
No?
But I did have Katie Chipchar talk about.
Okay.
She was an au pair there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she talked all about the culture, how everybody's healthy and glowing and
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there and you're walking by the Duomo, like the main center square, and the fashion, the people, just like everything. It just has this feeling about it. And so when I went there, I thought, well, first off, Oliver and I were on like a trip together and we're wearing I remember I was wearing just shorts, like the most basic outfit you're traveling with. And we were sitting there and we said, yeah, we need to up it up. Like we need to go above and beyond. These people are so stunning. We seriously so we hopped into H&M and went on a full-on shopping spree. And okay, it still wasn't to their level, but at least I bought myself something new and tried to blend in because we were standing out. It was something else. But just being around that, and yeah, there's so many beautiful people, just stunning and so naturally beautiful as well. It's like these people, they're not trying too hard, they're wearing their style, they're confident in who they are and what they're wearing. And being around that I was mesmerized. And then when I finished my undergrad, I was really indecisive. I remember it was a year ago I graduated. And I had no idea what I wanted to do. I mean, my whole undergrad, I focused on marketing. I guess that was my major. And then once I graduated, I thought there's so much more to this than just, I could apply for marketing positions and companies and stuff, but what kind of marketing? There's, you go down a path, but then it narrows even further. And so I was like, I have no idea what I want to do. And then I was like, oh, I love traveling. So maybe marketing for a traveling company, something like that. And then my brother's friend, actually, his really good friend, is studying fashion in London at RCA. So to be honest, he kind of inspired me. I saw that and I started thinking about what I'm really passionate about. And I had never been super worried about my fashion. I always try to dress nice, but it was never what brand am I wearing? How is this going to look? How is this going to kind of go together? And I spent the year and then I got into kind of styling outfits for these random photo shoots, modeling, but it was just for fun. I really liked, how is this going to look? What are we going to put together? And so I kind of started to develop that. And I realized I don't want to just do, a job in something that I'm not business. There's so much to it, there's business. And then there's narrowing it down to what kind of business, what are you, and then not just fashion, but design, styling, the business side of it, stuff like that. And I loved just everything I was doing with these photo shoots. And then I thought, okay, this is what I want to do. I've narrowed it down to this. I remember too, people kept saying, Ireland, you've got to find your passion. And so
what were you
I'm what does that mean?
What are you being serious right now? What is that passion?
Passion.
Your purpose.
Your purpose. What do you want to what do you want to bring to the table?
Yeah.
And my brother's always been his passion is architecture. And he's known that from the beginning. This is what the end goal is. And so many people know that. They know exactly, I want to be a teacher. I'm passionate.
They don't. I don't think they do.
Don't.
I don't think they do.
No, there's some that don't for sure. But then there are, maybe they're just good at pretending.
Yeah, they're just good at, I think there's always that lingering thought in the back of their head that what if? What if I just went to Greece? And what if I just saw the world burn? You know what I mean? What if I think a lot of people say they're this is what I've always wanted to do. But yes, those people are outliers, but I think for the most part, everybody's confused. Like nobody really knows what they want to do. Right?
I guess like some people are just really good at faking it. Yeah. Not faking it, but maybe they are passionate about something, but yeah, there's always that kind of, oh, what if I went and did this?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just being in your 20s, right?
Well, I'm a believer of there are no solutions, only trade-offs. Because if you pursue modeling, you pursue fashion, right? That means less time for, maybe a drama, less time for the marketing gig. That's just, you pursue one thing, and it's very rare you've met someone that's just like singularly focused, like that's work is all they do. Because like there's a myriad of things. Like there's like, yes, there's career, but dude, is that really the passion? Like, is that what you're trying to optimize for? Yeah. Because like I'd argue it's not the most important thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and it's just because a lot of people end up working it for 20 years and it changes. Like they go, oh, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Literally, it's in the top 5 regrets of the dying. It's one of the regrets was I wish I hadn't worked so hard, and I wish I hadn't lived a life that other people wanted me to. I wish I lived a life that was true to myself. And I think for most people, we're constantly fluctuating. And then if you don't have the reflection like continually, like if you don't put in conscious effort, then you're just gonna, if you just turn that off, you'll be 10 years into a degree or your PhD or traveling, right? And maybe this doesn't align with who you are anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
no, for sure.
Yeah, but maybe like I said, there are some people that just know, and then maybe that's all they want to do. Yeah. But I think for the most part, people are lost, and we're just trying to run towards the shiny new object, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. It's so, difficult, especially when you see other people and you think they have it all figured out, but maybe they're just as confused, I guess, as yourself. So I think that was, a huge thing. Also just graduating with people. And I've seen like a few people I graduated university with recently, and they're like, oh, like I got a job in this field. I just bought a house with my like fiance. I'm like, what? Yeah. What am I doing? But I guess everyone is on their own timeline, and it is just kind of trying what works for you. And then if you really think about it, like, God, I remember I heard that and I came home the next day and I was in the worst mood. I said to my parents, I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I just graduated with this girl. She bought a house. She's getting married. Good for her. But also, like, what? And then my parents kind of looked at me and they're like, well, would you want to be like getting married and buying a house right now? I was like, no, that's like the last thing I'd want to do.
But she looked
like
so
tied
happy,
down.
Mom.
Like she was so like, yeah, this is happening. And I was just kind of like, wow.
But hey, you don't actually know.
You never know.
She could be super miserable. You know what I mean? I mean, like,
I hope she's happy. Yeah, but she's happy. You are right. You never know.
I hope she's no. I'm kidding. But
wow.
There are. I have been in that situation many times where like a lot of my friends right now are getting married. Yeah. They're graduating and getting full-time jobs, like big boy, big girl careers.
Like we're becoming adults.
Nurses, teachers. Yeah. And what am I doing? I'm just podcast.
No, love the podcast. Do not hate on the long term.
Yeah, but then again, right? There's always that advice that everybody gives. It's very cliche of everybody's in different points in their lives. And well, that's, yes, I do completely agree with that.
Yes.
But I think I always just go back to like, does it align with your values, right? I like what your parents asked of like, do you really want to be buying a house, getting married right now? Yeah. Like, do you like, maybe if the answer is yes, then work towards that, right? But if the answer is no, fuck them.
Then why do you care?
Why do you care so much?
Be happy for them and be like, that's not what I want. Yeah. So why do I care that I'm not doing that right now?
Yeah, no, let's why do we care about that? Right? Like I've never
the comparison.
Yeah,
we'll discuss comparison.
That seems there's so many people that have discussed comparison, because
Let's go down this subject.
I've talked about comparison in so many episodes.
I know.
And here's my take on it. Like, so there's the inclination of comparison is a thief of joy, which is good. But there's also the point of you need to compare yourself to other people so you know where you're at. Like, if you have no comparison, like, how do you know if you're healthy, or how do you know if you're successful?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But here's my final conclusion is comparison is healthy, but to an extent.
To an extent.
You know? If it's taking your self-worth away, bad. But if it's, making you inspired and you're happy to grow with people and you're using it as a metric to be able to catch up and compare and contrast, and then good. But you can't be looking at Teresa, who got the house and like the 2 kids, because you know what?
She's getting married. She's got the kids.
They're probably gonna get divorced. Like,
she got the home.
Who gets married this early?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
I mean,
I thought we were, I thought 25 at least.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm opening Instagram every second post.
Married.
I can't believe it.
Got proposed. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna.
Easiest, yes.
You're gonna I don't want to make fun of people. Good for you guys. I'm just bitter. I'm
in the comments. I'm like, oh my gosh,
congrats.
So happy
this
for
is
you.
Crazy. No.
Mom, another person finding love, but not me.
Literally, I text my friends and I was like, did you see this person's getting married? What are we doing wrong?
That's always the point of topic when I'm working out with some buddies. Hey, did you hear about that? Yeah. I'm like, what do you think? And they're
Since when did 22 become the new?
Yeah, they're all like, oh, I'm really happy for him. I'm like, I'm not. What is where's mine? No, I'm kidding.
Nice. Oh, that's scary. I don't think I could get married until 10 years. I don't think so.
Oh wow.
No.
10 years.
I gotta enjoy my 20s. I gotta be alone.
But what if the lifespan extends to 300?
Oh.
What if you could live forever?
What if I could live forever? Probably then. Yeah, I'm waiting
Then you're pushing everything
50
off.
years.
Yeah. Hey, you ever heard of Brian Johnson?
No.
His goal is to live forever, and he's dedicated to a life where he doesn't die, and he believes
respect.
He believes that death is something that can be cured within the next generation.
Really?
Yeah. So no need to get married. You're gonna live forever.
Basically.
Would you?
Would I live forever?
Yeah.
I remember reading a book about that. Was it Tuck Everlasting, where they don't ever die? Did you read them?
Well, I read that in grade 5.
It kind of scared me. It kind of scared me because there was this scene where
they tried to kill themselves.
They tried to die and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we're stuck here. And they watched people get old.
Yeah.
And they were stuck at the same age. Not only did they not die, they stayed the same age.
Yeah.
And to be honest, after reading that book, I thought, that sounds terrifying.
But
imagine if you just watched everyone around you.
What if nobody around you died too?
Everyone stays the exact same age and we're just kind of in the same.
Yeah. And then.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it would be weird. It would be weird. I feel like you have to get older.
You have to. But that's
what do you talk about?
But that's just what society told you. No, I'm on your side here, right? But this is just what society's led you to believe.
Yeah, we have to age and we have to progress.
Like an ant. Compared to our lives, you know what I mean?
Did you see that movie, The Substance?
That's actually one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Yeah, I relate to it so hard.
It's a good movie.
I feel like I'm, Elizabeth Sparkle.
I'm crazy.
I actually loved that movie.
I really liked it. I liked it.
No, I told my family, you guys need to watch The Substance.
And
then I was up on all night reading reviews and analysis.
Yeah.
And the battle when it comes to the self, and it was the younger versus the older self, but they're the same person.
I know. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I knew it was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And my friend and I just put it on. I mean, to be fair, like at the end there, it was getting a little bit
okay. What
is going on? There was that creature. It was really scary.
Hey, it was Sue.
It was her all along. I know.
Yeah.
And she was taken away, and that's what happened. And then like Dennis Quaid is like, smile. It was a good movie though. Like, but exactly. I mean, we want to be our younger selves, and
I think
be young forever.
Yeah, my mom's like that. Like she loves to just not age, to like want to stay young forever. She's doing
forever young.
Yeah, I wanna be. But it's just. I think it's like something my best friend talks about aging. Like he's scared to age.
It's scary. Like I honestly can't believe I'm going to be, I mean, it sounds stupid, but 23.
You're old.
I feel like I'm getting old.
You should retire soon.
I just turned 20.
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm going to be 23?
Yeah, I just got my favorite truck yesterday, my toy truck.
I was just, exactly.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. I was just like, yesterday, I was just on Roblox.
What the heck?
Yeah.
One day we all just decided, we have to grow up.
Yeah, I think people just, why can't we all just stay young, hey? Like maybe they should extend the infancy, like maybe somehow change that. Because like I see my brother and he's 7 and he loves life. Like when he's angry, he's angry. And like when he's sad, he's sad. When he's happy, he's just running around. There's no like hidden agendas of like, oh, like what am I gonna do, or like
what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh, I know. And like even growing up, I did appreciate the fact that when we grew up, we had social media, but it was never as like intense as it is now.
I was on Kick in like middle school.
Okay.
You remember that?
I remember that, but my parents were so strict about social media. Like we were not allowed it until high school, which now I understand why. But I do remember really wanting to be a part of that part, like Kick. And I wasn't even allowed Snapchat.
Oh, what a loser.
Yeah, I was a loser. People would be like, oh, what's your Snap? And I just say,
guys, I don't have Snap. Did you get bullied?
Yeah.
I would have bullied,
They're like, what's your Instagram?
Loser.
I don't have it.
I had a tablet. I had it, but it was just like lame because it was just, I can't bring this to school. Like, I'll just write my username. I'll talk to you when I get home.
But I feel like bringing a tablet to school, back in the day, that was kind of cool, right? You're like, yeah, I have this tablet. What do you have? I just
want to be normal. iPods. I thought that was like, there were kids like showing memes, and it was like, just sometimes like it would just, the meme would hit and everybody'd burst out laughing, and I'd laugh too, but I'm like, I wish I was a kid with the iPod.
The iPad kids?
Yeah.
I know, you go out for dinner now and there's just tables of like families and all of the kids have iPads in there.
My parents get mad at me for like scolding my brother for being on it too much. And actually we've had a big talk. I'm like, dopamine levels, attention span, I'm in psychology, I study this.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, yes, but it does keep him behaved.
Like, well, you're at dinner and they're on their iPad, so they're not going to cause a scene.
No, exactly. Digital pacifier. But
every time, like, I'm in a public space and a kid starts crying, I'm like, get them their iPad. And then you see them. They like, I have seen so many situations where the parents will take away the iPad and the kids will start like, tantrum is about to they're going crazy without that. I mean, that is bad.
Yeah, everybody's on Roblox now. Yeah.
What are they even? They're gonna be a whole new generation.
Yeah. Oh, it is. You better not say anything basic, or else I'm gonna flip out.
This has to be.
Yeah. Okay.
This has to be it.
Next question, everyone. Pay attention to every single syllable.
Okay. I'm in.
How do you manage friendships and relationships while living far away or constantly being on the move?
All right. This one's a tough one. Basically, it's hard. How do I say it? Well, sometimes when I'm on the move, I forget to check in with people. But also the time difference makes it difficult. I mean, it's 3 a.m. here. It's middle of the day there. What am I gonna do? I'm out on a night out. Everyone's awake back home. It's middle of the day. Sorry, I'm on it. No, I'm kidding.
That is totally the real you. Don't.
The way I do it, I live stream on Instagram. All you gotta do is check in on me on my live streams.
I'm posting pictures and live streams. Are you on Twitch?
I'm on there.
Are you on Twitch?
I'm not. I'm not.
On Twitch.
I gotta get on that. Yeah. No. I mean, it's difficult because especially sometimes stuff happens back home and you'll be on the move and you'll see it and just like wish I was there.
You don't get FOMO?
I do. When I was in Austria, all my friends turned 21 and they went to Vegas, and I said, guys, I'm home in a few months. What is this?
Really?
Yeah, I was mad. No, I wasn't mad. I was happy for them.
Yeah, but there's like that side of you that's like, I wish I was there.
Dang. Like, what the hell? They really went and did that without me? No, I don't know. I guess being abroad, I mean, every time I've gone, it's only been for max was 6 months. And I had people come and visit me. Like my cousins came to visit me. Oliver came to visit me. And just like FaceTiming, texting. I don't know. I feel like life gets busy here and you go weeks without not seeing people, but maybe checking in as much. It's the same thing being gone. Time flies. It just feels longer because you do so much more. Like when I'm traveling, it feels like I've done what I would do here in, how do I word this? Like when I'm gone for a month, it feels almost like 5 months when I'm abroad because I do so much more there. Whereas here, a month goes by like so quick and I'm just doing kind of what I do every day. So it's not like that different. But when you're abroad, it's kind of, I don't know.
But it feels faster being here than it is abroad?
Yeah. Well, no, not faster, but like when I'm gone, so much more happens in a week than anything that would happen here in a week, I guess. So that's why 4 months abroad feels like a year, whereas here 4 months feels like it goes by so fast. I don't know. So
time perception right now, is 1 hour in Greece,
it's actually
Austria really like
not real time in different parts of the world right now.
You're in a simulation right now.
It's a simulation.
You don't have free will.
You don't know what you're missing out on. So that's how I keep in contact. Okay. That's how I stay in contact. I go,
get out.
They are not, they're not living like me right now. They're on a different planet.
Yeah.
So
I've had a lot of people like that. Like, yeah, I'm just bred differently, you know, like cut from a different cloth. Like,
I'm doing more than you in a week than you're doing here. I'm a little bit better than you, but that's okay. You're over here, you know, working
We're on
hard.
Different levels, different frequencies, you know?
I'm in the Mediterranean. Whatever.
That's true. Living the best life.
But no, I don't know. It's just, FaceTime.
It doesn't feel as good though, hey? Like, FaceTiming, I feel like
it's kind of like makes me more sad. Like if I'm away from home and I FaceTime someone, it's just like kind of sad because you're not with the person. You're just far away and kind of checking in, but then you hang up and it's just silence. I don't know. It's almost better to, once you get used to the fact that they're not there, then and there, it's easier to kind of go about your routine. It sounds really sad, but the second I FaceTime someone from back home and I see everything that's going on around them, it like brings me back there and I miss it more. Like my mom will FaceTime me. She'll show me like my dog and cat. Say hi to Ireland. And it just kind of makes me sad because I'm like, I want to like give them a hug. But they're like, across the world. It's like punishment. Here they are, but you can't see them.
You ever seen that scene from Interstellar? Like
which scene?
Have you ever seen the movie?
Yeah.
I've seen
like
it. Matthew McConaughey is talking to Murphy, but it's like all recordings and she's like getting really old.
Yeah.
I feel like that's you.
And he's crying. Yeah. Kind of like that. It's like all this stuff's happening and I'm just...
we want to get
just walking around in the chaos.
You want to get in there, but it's just you're so far away.
It's so far away. No, but that is true. Like there's been times where like it's so weird when you're far from home, like homesickness will just hit you out of nowhere. Like you'll be going about your day and something so small will remind you of like someone and you're just this like feeling of homesickness. Like have you ever felt that feeling? It's such an unpleasant feeling. And the only thing you want is to be around the people you like who know you best, to be in your home, your bed. And you can't. And so everything that you're in that moment feels terrible. Like I had that randomly happen. I was on a random trip on an island, and when we were on the ferry to the island, it brought me back to when, this sounds so like dramatic, but it was true, to when my family and I would go on the ferry. We'd travel a lot in Vancouver and we'd take the ferry to Victoria. And it just randomly brought me back to that. And I saw this family in front of me of like 4, like 2 younger kids and the parents. And I started, like, I had to get up and I started crying. And I was like, I miss my family so much. I wish, like, I don't want to be here right now. And I was going to like Santorini. Like, I'm going to this beautiful island. And the one thing I want most in the world is to be in my home with my parents. So it hit me out of nowhere. And I remember I called my mom that night. I was like, I'm around all these people and I feel like I'm dissociating because they're having so much fun and they're seeing the beauty, because it is like the most, like, it's stunning, the island. And I can't even focus or enjoy where I'm at because I just feel so sad.
Yeah, no, I get that. Actually, it happens quite frequently to me. Like there were nights when it was just me and my mom, and I'd be watching the TV or be playing with my toys.
Yeah.
And it was so simple, and I'd be at work some days. I'm like walking to talk to a friend, or like a meeting, or like I'm studying for something. I'll just stare up somewhere and maybe something reminds me of those moments, and I'll just be catapulted back to those times that I was nurtured, held, nostalgia, cradled. And I'm just like, why wasn't, like, it's so beautiful, it's so sad, why did that have to end? Like, I want to go back, but I can't. But at the same time, I miss them, but at the same time, I don't, you can't go back in time.
Yeah.
You want to spend time with them as well, but it's like they're far away.
Exactly.
And it's like, I know sometimes you can't explain emotions, it just like,
you just
comes.
Feel them.
Like there was this my dog recently passed away. His name was Nito. Very, very friendly, very protective. He wasn't friendly to other people.
Okay.
But he was very, very loving and never ever showed a hint of annoyance or anger towards any of the family members, no matter how many times we annoyed him. He was always loyal, patient. And then, like, after he showed signs that he was deteriorating because his hind legs stopped working.
Yeah.
He was just like, I knew it was coming. Like, I just knew all dogs have that. And I've had many dogs in my life, and I never really, thought much of it. Like, I just thought, like, they're gone. They're going to go away.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, I didn't really cry leading up to it. Like, all my family members, they were crying, and they were just like, Nito was a big part of the family. And I do agree, but at the end of the day, he's just a pet. But
they're not just pets.
The day of loading him on, he was struggling with his hind legs to get on the van, and just like, everything flashed in, like a Rolodex of just memories of him coming in with the diaper when he pissed everywhere because he was still like very young and wasn't potty trained, to the point where I'd come home and he'd visit me random points or we'd like play tag, and then we'd be outside, and like there was this, like, the thing that I learned the most was he just wanted to be loved. Like, that was like the learning lesson I have. He just wanted to be, cared for. And there was times that I don't know, I was caught up in a test, or I was like, I don't know, ruminating on like a girl, or like there was like too caught up with things. Then he just come up to me, and then he just know. And then the floodgates were how, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just things that came out which I didn't know that was in me. You know what I mean? There's like certain things that you can't explain. You can try your hardest to go, I missed them. Why do I miss them? Is it this? Was it this? Why did this memory come? Like, and then it goes back to like just being there for someone. Sometimes words don't carry anything. Like, it's like the feeling you have just looking at someone, right? And having them not judge you and accept you for who you are. And this question I've said many times throughout this podcast, but like, it's just, would you just want to live a life like alone? And the answer is no, because like it's all about the connections, right? That's why we're here. And like you live long enough and you realize that like that's all we have. And like all this, like, yes, getting married, like going to get a house, like traveling, all that's great and all that, but devoid of like meaning and devoid of like actual fulfillment, it's all nothing. It's a bunch of nothing, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like
without the people that make you feel
and
that
like
way.
the pets, like, and it's just, I don't know, like the people that we spend time with and like our dogs and pets, like they're all there and we all just want to be loved. It always just goes back to it.
Yeah.
Like we all just want to be seen and like cherished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that human connection.
Yeah.
And
it's
having
like,
that. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially getting older and like it's kind of more quality over quantity too. And just having even that one person that you can talk to when you're feeling like homesickness or like losing an animal, like a pet. It's so important. And even, a pet can be that, like, for sure. I think sometimes losing animals can be just as difficult as people because they literally are part of your family. I noticed like my dog getting old and it's the saddest thing because like he's the best thing ever. I could not imagine life without him. Like I know that sounds cheesy or whatever, but he literally is like my best friend. I love that guy so much. It's just like, it's like anyone in your life though. You kind of create those connections with people and then you see them sad or not doing so well as they were before, or even like your parents getting older. It's just, that's life though, having that and like to be able to feel emotions and have that with people is so, so important and special.
Yeah. I think for me, I think it's more of like a defense mechanism. Yeah. Because like when I see like the relationship like almost being tarnished, like people going away. Yeah. I think I just shut myself down. Like I try not to spend as much time with them. And I did this now upon reflection. Like I did this with like girlfriends in the past where like, oh, if I get too close, then I just start, seeing the negative or like planning ruins, planning destruction. And obviously I was young, right? I didn't really know more about myself. But it's just like at the end of the day, I think it's just the things that we have are like the connections. And I'm reading this book, it's called Dopamine Nation by Anna Lemke, and she made a good argument for like why she doesn't take antidepressants. Okay. And she said when she was on it, she had she was less sad and there was like less negative emotions, but she felt less human. And like, what does it mean to be human? It's like to experience the pain, like to suffer, because to not be able to feel the suffering, you can't feel the epitome of love.
That's so true.
So I think the more we run away from what makes us human, the more suffering actually becomes intensified, and later on we regret it. And actually, one of the top 5 regrets is I wish I expressed my emotions more. It's a good book. You should read it. But it's just, I think, that's like a valid conclusion to a person literally dying on their deathbed. Hey, like, because like to give you some background information about the book, it's this nurse that just interviewed a bunch of people before they were dying and recounting the most common regrets and just seeing it holistically, not just a case study, the case study, but like talking to them, interviewing them, like why do they say this? Yeah. And it's just like, I think people say they regret not being able to express their emotions because they want to be seen. We all want to be seen as who we are, right? Like I think the more we deviate away from that, the more our suffering gets intensified, because if somebody does like you and you have this fake persona, they like you for that persona. They don't actually like you for who you are. But then you get into this discussion of who really are you? Like, are you your possessions? Are you your achievements?
Who are you?
Yeah. Who am I? Who are you? What are you doing in my Can you get...
Who are you? Why are you sitting? What is this? Where am I?
Could you imagine? Hey. I just start gaslighting, like the gas, like for 10 minutes. I'm just like saying, "Who are you?" And it's like we haven't laughed or anything. I'm just
get
like,
out. Get out.
Sorry.
No, yeah. No, but that's true. Mm-hmm. Expressing how you feel and creating those connections. Why don't people express how they feel more? I think that's a topic we could talk about.
Why? It's because they're scared. They're scared of rejection. They're scared of like,
rejection?
Yeah, if they reveal who they truly are.
It's scary.
Yeah, like there's always this voice in the back of everybody's minds where, but if they actually knew me, they wouldn't really like me. You know what I mean? Like if they actually got to know the real me, all the little quirks and all this. Because then...
But then people like get to know the real you. Like say they get to, you open up, you're true, you get to know each other. Still there's that, I still can't, I can't do this. This isn't,
maybe
it's too raw, it's too real.
Maybe it goes back to self-love though. Like do you like yourself? Like would you rather have the world love you and you hate yourself? Or would you rather hate yourself but the world love you?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like especially in our generation, being open and honest just about everything and how you feel or talking about stuff is so frowned upon. I don't know.
Like if you're a male, it's like you're pussy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, what the heck is that about? Like open up about your emotions.
Because
Men
it's sweet.
Need to talk about it.
Like I think there's kind of like
as a weakness.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm trying to be, I've opened up a lot in this podcast and to my friends, but I still see kind of the friction in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's tough because it's just, I don't know. It's like you're supposed to be the provider, like the more masculine type, and you shouldn't cry. You should be strong and clench your teeth and just take it.
I hate that. I hate how like being open and like expressing how you feel is looked on as a weakness. I hate that. I don't understand it, but men and women, like our brains are so different. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, but then again though, I think it's kind of, if you know Chris Bumstead, like he's like the IFBB top bodybuilder. No. Well, he's very
don't hate on me.
Yeah, he's very into just the expressing yourself, vulnerability. Yeah. And a lot of people are like, yeah, this is it. But he's like world renowned and he's successful in all this. And there's kind of like a pretty privilege. You know what I mean? Like he's got a platform. But what if you're a McDonald's worker, you don't work out, your childhood sucked, nobody really likes you, you got no friends. You finally make a friend and you say this to them, or like a girlfriend, you know, like, I don't think it gets the same reaction because you know what I mean? Because
I guess it depends. It totally depends on every situation.
Yeah.
It's hard to know.
Yeah. Like for me, I just like to, it seems people like sharing their side if I share mine.
I think people like love, I think people love talking about their own situation sometimes.
Yeah. I think the way I differentiate it is there's like vulnerability and there's being a pussy. Okay, vulnerability is like talking about, I look in the mirror sometimes and I'm insecure.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm good enough sometimes. And I wish I was this and that, but I do something about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym. I'm talking to people. I'm reading.
Yeah. So what you do on the long term podcast.
On the long term. But like being a pussy is just, maybe that's such a derogatory term. That is not
telling people.
Not I think weakness. Don't scratch the pussy part. Though weakness would be just doing all that, complaining about everything, but not doing anything about it.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. I think though, like, I don't know, just not being open, not communicating. Like so many things in life things go wrong because people don't communicate. Like you look at situations and you think if you had just said this or really like told me how you felt or this would have happened, everything could have been different. And why is communicating that looked on as you're weak? Why would you tell me that?
Because you're expected to know.
Yeah.
Could that be it? Or like, why would you
I'm
think?
just supposed to like know that that's what they were thinking.
Yeah.
But then you have no idea. Because you never know what someone's thinking. You never know what's going. Like, I have no idea what you're thinking about right now.
What am I thinking?
No idea. You're thinking about the next question.
I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I'm just kind of, it's like turning on a faucet and just turning it off. It just like spills out. But premeditated or unspoken expectations are premeditated resentments.
Okay.
When you don't tell people what you want.
Yeah.
And you just tell them, yeah, why didn't you put that in the dishwasher? Or like, why didn't you send me that text?
Yeah.
You never told me, bro. Like, you never told me. Like,
people just expect that you would know that.
And so it builds up. If you don't tell someone that they're doing wrong, how will they know? They'll never know. Yeah. They'll never, ever know. And like, I thought
you knew. I thought you knew.
I'm still guilty of this too.
From that moment on the beach, I thought you knew.
Yeah. I wanted you to open the door, you know? I wanted you to get me that Lego set.
It was so obvious.
Yeah.
You knew how I felt.
I showed you pictures.
From that moment. The very first moment I saw you, I thought you knew. Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah. So sad.
Sad generation. That is why I will never get married. Thank you.
Really? You don't think you're...
just kidding. No, I will.
That'd be a waste.
But like I said, we're waiting 50 years.
50?
Because we're living life. We're living till the end.
You're 70 and you're just like getting married.
Why not? Have you ever seen Letters to Juliet?
I have not.
You should watch it. She met this guy when she was like 15. Her family didn't approve. She's 70. She goes back, finds him, they get married. I just spoiled the whole movie.
Wow.
Watch it.
We're gonna get sued.
Yeah. Letters to Juliet.
Letters to Juliet.
2009. Just kidding. I don't know what year it's from.
Letters to Juliet.
Probably around there.
Who's the actress?
Amanda Seyfried, however you say her name. Mamma Mia. Have you seen Mamma Mia? Come on, you haven't seen?
I've seen Hairspray.
All right. I'll give it to you. Mamma Mia, watch it. She's like the main character. She's Sophie. She's in Letters to Juliet. Huh. Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Here I go again.
Do you sing?
I used to be in musical theater. So in that case, yes, I do.
Really?
What do you want me to sing? I'll sing it.
What about...
Give me a song.
Hello?
It's me. I was wondering if I... No. I'm not giving that away just yet.
Yeah?
That's for the next podcast.
I actually really wanted to go on X Factor and like
really
sing.
You know what? That was a dream, wasn't it? Did you watch them when you were younger?
The Voice, American Idol, and I was always like, yeah,
that could be me.
That could be me. That bad singer, that
Simon Cowell.
Yeah,
I see something in you.
Yeah, I see. And then I'm in the comments like, Simon doesn't even sing. Like, how can he be a good judge?
Exactly. Or the ones where like they get really angry.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I use auto-tune and you don't. Or what does he say? That's why you use auto-tune and
I've seen that old guy.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Or that
it's like Demi Lovato.
Yeah. And then Demi Lovato was just like Strzok, and then like, was it the Spice Girls?
Yes.
She was like, wow, like defending Demi. Wait, you've seen where they're best friends, Abby and Alyssa, and
yes,
all,
I
like,
have. Yes,
very unsynchronized, just like,
and they get so angry.
Yeah, and then like one of them tells the audience to shut up because they were all booing them. And like their friend just punches her on stage.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I wonder if they still talk.
I wonder. I mean, that would be... It got them like fame. If my friend did that and we became famous. Yeah,
punched on TV.
Maybe it was... you never know. They could have planned it. Yeah. Like that was their plan all along.
really good friends now. Like, what if that was like their rock bottom, right? But then they started kind of
it's like
journaling
and figuring out their now they're like, maybe they have their own podcast.
Maybe they do. Ablissa, reach out.
Or there's that one woman and she's like, I can do Cher, I can do Madonna, you name it. And she goes, wait, what's the song she sings? Oh, I can't remember. Or there's those two guys and they're like, whoa, 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 mysterious girl, move your body next to mine. Come on, move your body. And it's just like the guy standing beside him, kind of putting, come on, move your body.
Well, like, okay, when okay, they perform this to their family members and friends, right? Yeah. If I'm like, hey, hey, Ireland, just tell me the truth, okay? If I sound good or not, okay, I'm gonna audition for one of the biggest shows in the United States, okay?
Yeah.
I had a dream, and it's like, wow,
you're great.
You're gonna win. Isn't that like
he's gonna love you?
Is that their fault? You know, like somebody, because you know when like a mother is always gonna love the child. You know what I mean? Like.
But at that point, it's like, you gotta say, you're out of tune.
Like, you suck. Like, you
need another year, then let's try it. I know.
And maybe if a year comes in and you still don't have it, maybe it's time to take that poster off of wanting
that
to
dream is done.
Yeah, like you're cooked. Like, you should.
I don't know, because one time I sang in a cafe when I was in high school in front of a group of people. And I sang Walking in a Winter Wonderland, that song. Over the ground. You know, that Christmas song. Come on. Don't act like you don't know it. Yeah. And I got up on the stage. Yeah. I sang it out. I watched that video back. Let me tell you, that was the worst sound I've ever heard. I can't believe those people weren't hysterically laughing at me. And I'm not just saying this, okay?
Wow.
Why, when I was practicing in my home, did my dad, who's playing the piano while I'm singing my song, not turn around and go, Ireland, you're going to embarrass yourself?
I think they wanted to see you fall. They're praying for your downfall.
That was my downfall. But luckily it was in Edmonton, kind of in a quiet cafe. I mean, my family was all there, but other than that, you know, there were a few other people singing. It's low key.
I did every single talent show.
Really?
And my last one was grade 12. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What would you do in the talent show?
I sang.
You sang? All right. Give
Lean
us a song.
on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I was like, I was really into it. Like, I practiced every day, and then I kept like, maybe I should just show you. I think my latest cover was on Instagram.
Let's play it. They want to hear it.
I think I don't want to get copyrighted though.
Oh.
You know, because like on the podcast, there's like AI that comes in.
Oh no.
And it's like,
okay. So keep it.
I have to. Okay, I'm probably just gonna mute this while it's playing. But if you want to see, just go on my Instagram. Okay,
you like the live reaction?
In the beauty of it, I was wanting to get big. You know that just the two of us, like.
Yeah. Wait, I watched the talent show at ABJ in like grade 9, 10. So you probably performed.
I did Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yeah, I think I remember you. Maybe that's where I remember you from. I'm like, I feel like I remember you from somewhere. Was it the talent show at ABJ?
I'll show you.
I knew it.
You know, wait. No. Yeah, it was, what the fuck? There's so many videos. You know, I wanted to get big. Like, I wanted to go on YouTube and like
start up a YouTube channel. Well, I guess you have the podcast.
There's already so much, like I had that guitar and everything, you know? Like,
wow.
I wanted to be big. And then, I don't know,
hey,
I just
wanted, you could still be the next X Factor. It's still there for you.
No, were you there for this? Okay. I did a Grace McDonald. We did Baby It's Cold Outside.
Wait, I think I remember this. What year was this? 8 years ago.
That
would have been when I was in grade 9.
2016.
Because I remember a duet. That was at ABJ. So what grade would you have been? Because if you were in grade 10, would you have been in grade 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at that talent show.
Yeah.
Wow.
My voice cracked.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, I was like, I came home and I cried my eyes out.
That sounds great.
I didn't cry my eyes out, but like, yeah, but
imagine there had been like, I don't know, someone secretly in the crowd. Like, oh, we want him. That could have been it. You never know.
What if in like the multiverse, like I was like this, like the next Justin Bieber?
Maybe.
But because I didn't open the door for that person, like he turned the other way and he was gonna give me this big
all about
deal.
Chance, like where you are at that moment.
Yeah. But what if maybe you left too early in Greece? And there was like this project manager that was gonna get you in with Brad Pitt and Selena Gomez.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. Missed opportunities. That's why my mom always tells me, if it was meant to be, it would be. Do you believe that? Do you believe that everything happens for a reason? Let's get deep.
Predetermined?
Yeah. Like, what's your thought on that? That you were always aligned for this like life?
Yeah, I think it makes me uncomfortable, but like I believe it to an extent.
Like, were there ever hidden hints that you would kind of have a podcast or do something that you're doing in your life when you were younger? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like I worked at Panda Express and they always told me I talk too much. I was in elementary, like the teacher always took me out of class because I was talking to the kid next to me too much. I'd talk to the ongoing joke with the family is I'd be talking.
Yeah.
And then they'd just be like, they'd look at each other and be like, like this. And yeah. Okay. So I think there's like hints in the past, but it only makes sense looking back. It doesn't, everything tomorrow, the day after tomorrow is a mystery. You don't know.
Okay.
But like when that happens, you're like, oh, like because I had that one conversation with Ireland, which opened that passion up again.
Yeah.
And then which made me start doing that method that opened me up back into singing. And then I got signed into this. But I do believe that there is good and good prevails and everything happens for a reason. Yes.
Okay.
But like the good triumphs and like as long as you're true to your heart, good things come to you. I don't know. That's just my belief. I think every time I do good, see, this is one thing that I actually believe in is I think there's like some sort of like good kind of bad scale or like karma. So the amount of
karma,
yeah. I think karma's real. I think there's some sort of scientist that can prove it.
Yeah.
But if you do a bad thing, right, just destruction for humanity, or you litter, or you tell your friend to fuck off, maybe it won't happen the next day or 2 days from now, but somehow the universe just slaps you maybe 10 years later or 20 years or maybe
that's
I
scary.
don't know. What do you think? What do you think of like
karma?
No, like your earlier question about like everything happened for a reason.
Well, no, I fully believe in everything happening for a reason. I didn't used to.
So you don't have free will then?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. Like, yes.
Because if everything happens for a reason, that must mean that why am I trying right now? Everything's just gonna lead up to the next.
Everything happens for a reason, but you have to be willing, I guess, to put in the work to like find that reason. I don't know.
So everything doesn't happen for a reason.
I guess not everything happens for a reason. No. So saying that like every single thing in your life happens for a reason is no. I maybe mean that more with big events in your life. Like if you go through something super traumatic or something that like you think you're never going to get over, I think when you get past that with time, you can really look back on that and be like, that happened for such an important reason. And I can now see why. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, I believe, smaller things like deciding, oh, am I going to go like, yeah, that's where it gets difficult because you can say that, but then it can also mean.
Yeah. Is it everything happens for a reason or everything you've gone through has a meaningful impact?
Maybe
meaning
that, maybe that, but
because like,
I think, no, I know what you're saying. I think though, when you're like, yeah, I don't know how to word it. Everything happens for a reason, or maybe just maybe you can just find the good in everything, I guess. I don't know.
No, I view that. Like, I think that's the happiest kind of outcome mindset that I have, where all the scars, like all the tears, all the pain, the suffering, kind of the attachments, the insecure relationships I've had in the past, it taught me to grow. It taught me to always be on the lookout for myself, to be able to gravitate towards people that pursue authenticity, to have good vibes, right?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, if you trip on that place, maybe you'll watch your step more.
Yeah.
Or if you thought that industry, you got into it, tried it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not for you, and you had to feel through it. You had to go through it, and maybe bad things happen to there. But a different perspective could be also seen where that happened to me. Now I'm a worse person over it.
You know maybe.
I mean? Like,
no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think there's post-traumatic stress disorder, right? PTSD.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would describe, I was in Nam, I was in World War II, I was, there was this person that constantly bullied me, but there's also post-traumatic growth. Now, for you, you seem to be a person that's looking at the glass half. It's it. Full.
Half full. Sorry. I got focused on the glass because my glass is empty.
Yeah.
And yours is half full.
Yeah, no, but this isn't, now you're just ruining.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah. That there's always like
what?
Something. I think though, like, let's say you lose your job, you get like broken up with, you're devastated over something in your life.
You lose a tooth over a fight with your best friend.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I just added that.
No, that's, like something painful happens in the moment. Okay, I mean, if you lose a tooth, I don't know how you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad that happened. I've grown so much from that. But I'm sure you could figure that out. I'm sure.
During the time it happens, you're never like going, in the future, like, I'm going to learn so much from it.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like, when is this going to end? Like, this is terrible. But then
you look back.
1 year down the road, oh my gosh, that one tooth, I was so vain. I was so looking at my appearance so much. Now that I lost a tooth, I got to express myself more. I got to see that, people don't just like me for my looks because I'm toothless. I'm the dragon. Like, How to Train Your... You seen that movie?
I actually have, but it's been a while, and I know there's a new one coming out.
He's black, right? He's really fast, and everybody thought
the live action.
The dragons were evil.
But they're secretly sweet.
Yeah, they were actually trying to just protect everyone from the big monster.
They're not the monsters.
No. They're trying to protect everyone from that big dragon.
Oh.
You don't remember the plot?
I just remember there's the toothless dragon and the guy. And they have a dragon world now. Yeah.
Hiccup, you gotta start killing dragons. But Dad, I like...
But he loves toothless.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah.
Where was I going?
We were talking about situations.
Finding the silver lining and
I guess.
Bad stuff.
And like also, I think when you go through something, the last thing you want to hear or the last place your mind is going is, oh, wow, like this is going to teach me so much down the road. Like for me, if I'm going through something that's like I'm crying, I'm so upset, and my mom's looking at me going, this happened for a reason. That's the last thing I want to hear.
Shut up, Mom.
No, it did not happen for a reason. This never needed to happen. Like I'm just so angry. Like, I could have had this not ever occur in my life and I would have been so happy. But then, okay, a year later, oh my gosh, wow, thank God that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically moral of the story, time heals everything. Thank you.
True.
Time heals.
Okay. Without the good times, what is bad? Like what is without the bad times, what is good? Without evil, you don't know what good is.
Without those events.
Without the pain, what is pleasure? Without the pleasure, what is pain?
Yeah.
I think we're constantly trying to fight against each other, and it's like too much of one thing, bad, too much, but right in the middle, like Zen, like peace. And it's just circling back to like, what is life without death?
Yeah.
Like, why do we do this if we can just do this 1,000 years later?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, we can just do this when we're 70 and still looking the same. We'll probably have more insight. Yeah, I'll put off the podcast. I'll put off going to Greece because I'm just going to live to 1,000. I'm just going to live to 10,000.
Like how important time is. That's true.
I think if they fix death, that'll be the end of humanity.
I mean, yeah. And like also just
like meaning.
Just people like being in your life for certain periods of time and then them leaving and that being okay, because that was such an important time of my life. And that time together was so special. And I'm grateful for it. But knowing that people come and go and time is inevitable and we're moving forward. So if they leave and that was in the past, then that was a really critical part of my journey.
Yeah.
And I can keep going forward knowing someone else is going to come in and there's going to be people in and out throughout the journey, because eventually that's just like how time is. And if we had endless amounts of time, then that would mean nothing, because it's like, okay, I'm going to live forever. Boom. I could just, that person could come. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's special that was at that time because time was moving forward.
It's the finite amount. Because like, right now, the reason that this podcast has meaning is you and I could be watching the game right now. We could be be sleeping. We could be doing something that is a lot more fun, maybe more boring. I don't know, like whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we came here and planned this out, and now we scheduled some time to talk about life or whatever, just for fun. And like one day, this won't be possible.
Yeah.
And that kind of everything just came together, like all the planning, the scheduling, like you were like born from all these parents, all the wars were fought, and so many people died to amalgamate to this one singular moment where I get to talk about How to Train Your Dragon for a little bit.
You get to be here.
You get to be here. But devoid of that, then we can just do this 10,000 years later. Why, like, what's the point of doing it now when we're in our 20s, when we'll have more experience 10,000 years later? We'll have more knowledge. Why go to Greece when you can just do it 500 years later? You can do it, next year because you'll live. So that's where I'm like, when people, that's my conclusion. Actually, I never really reflected on it too deeply. I kind of knew, but that's why I think death is so crucial. And that's because, like, if all your family and friends lived forever, then kind of that sacrifice to show up to like a birthday, to call someone, it's
wouldn't be as
it's
important.
pressing. It's like, bro, you could have just called me in 2 years. I'd still be alive. Like, I'm not gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna. There's no such thing as end of the world. So I think the possibility of destruction is what makes us human. Like the possibility of decay and trauma and hurt and pain, because without the opposite, the other cannot exist. Like if I just said, hey, Ireland, I've somehow found the cure to pain. You will never feel any pain for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
The ramifications for that, I think, would be terrible. Like not feeling any pain. Like, oh, you don't, like when somebody breaks your heart, when your dog dies, when a family member passes.
Like, how lucky are we to be able to feel that
pain? And there's this quote by Marcus Aurelius, and he was like one of the most powerful people in the world. He was the emperor of Rome at its peak.
Okay.
And he's like, how lucky, how blessed we are to be able to feel love, anger, to feel emotions. Like that's 100%. Like a blessing. Like if we're just, that's what separates us from like ChatGPT's progressing, is like we are able to feel something. And the moment we stop feeling, it's not us anymore.
Yeah. And I've always found that sometimes like such a curse, like, oh my gosh, why do I feel so strongly about people, and then when things don't work out, it's the worst experience ever. Like it feels so sad. But then looking at it and thinking how amazing it was to have that with someone and feel such a connection and be able to have that as a human being, and thinking that's so beautiful, you know?
Yeah,
we get to experience that. And yeah, exactly. If we didn't have that, then what would these connections be?
Yeah.
They're so important.
Yeah, true. Wow.
Yeah.
Revelations.
Getting deep in the long term.
Getting deep, so deep.
We're moving into the sadness. Should I look up the game score?
The game, yeah, you should.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to. What do we think?
We won. We're winning.
Yeah, what time is it? Is the game over?
8:07.
It started. No, it's still going.
It goes until like 10.
Where's my phone? Oh my gosh. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Okay, let's see here. Hello. Sorry, I don't want to keep the game score. It doesn't even come up.
It should be the first result.
Oilers game score. Sadly, we are losing. But it's only the end of the second, so the third period has not begun.
They'll make a comeback.
Yeah, they will. We're good. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah. You've been watching the game a lot?
I am a fake fan. I watch during the playoffs. I'll go to the watch parties, but in the regular season I don't really watch. But I've been watching the playoff games, so
yeah. No, I've been keeping up with the wins. Like I've been like, go Oilers, you know?
Yeah, we're like wearing the Oilers.
Yeah. No, we have not mentioned it once. We
really watched the game.
But I'm supporting Edmonton.
Yeah.
Goilers. Goilers.
This is not my jersey. Thank you.
Really?
It's Cass's jersey.
Really?
Yeah, I said I need a jersey because I went to the game last week. Again, that was like my dad's friend got us tickets because he works with them.
Like Cassia Chesney?
Yes. And so I said, I need Oilers. Wow. And she has a lot, so she came in clutch. Thank you.
Shout out to Cassia.
That's a shout out.
Thank you. She actually should come back, Cassie. If you somehow got this far, 1 hour and 37, I think this is where like people get weeded out. You know, like this is for like the true long-term people. Like
We're
if you get
still long-term.
If you get to this part, like you're wanting to search within, and like you're introspective.
We're searching.
Yeah, like you're like the type of person to listen to an hour and a half pod is like bred differently. Like I'm not just like saying this to be funny. Like I actually think like they actually want to improve. Like I think people that listen to this pod are curious. They probably shower every day. They probably have a great skin routine.
They're probably cleaning their room as we speak.
Yeah, they're probably at work doing something great.
And have it kind of in the background.
And even if it's not great, like they have great meaning to it. Like it provides for the family.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
We appreciate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where am I with these questions?
They're just like gone.
Have you ever felt behind when you see peers? Wait, no, we already talked about that.
I feel like we talked about the comparison.
We already talked about that. What do you think makes a healthy, sustainable? You didn't even answer this.
Okay.
So how has your mindset evolved from teenage years to now, especially with everything you've experienced through travel?
Well, I would say probably just realizing what's important and the little things that I maybe thought were important at the time aren't anymore, and just how important. Why do I keep saying important? Should I say it one more time?
Word? Maybe crucial. Maybe that's
crucial. Synonyms for important.
Maybe extravagant.
Crucial.
Is that
critical?
Critical.
Those critical pieces in life.
Imperative. I remember writing that, like seeing that word on my essay for social, and then I'm like,
wow.
And I didn't know what it meant. I had to write
I don't know what that means.
I had to write an essay on
Imperative.
But in high school, status was like, love status, love lots of friends.
So silly.
So quantity up there, just
you didn't care. You didn't even care how they treated you or what, like you just, what it looked like was so important, which is crazy. Yeah. That's so silly to me. But it was just something everyone did, right? Like, well, not everyone, but a lot of people, because it was the thing to do if you're with this group. That's crazy to me. And then you get into university and you realize being on your own and like studying alone, that's where it's at. That's like, I love hanging out by myself and I don't care if that's lame, you know? Like, I like my own time.
Yeah, like, you know, when you're 60 alone, no friends, dying, it's like, it's just that's like, where it's at. Who needs people anyways?
Who needs to get married?
Yeah. Like, who needs fulfilling friendships, you know, when you got yourself?
Be by yourself.
Like, why would I need the world's validation, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Just, how important spending time with your family or really important people in your life is. I think when I was in high school, like you said, my mindset was so focused on high school and what was cool and stuff like that. And I was really mean to my family in high school. Like I turned into someone I hated. Looking back now, I'm like, I was just annoying. And I mean, you know, I was a teenager, but still. And like getting older, I love like hanging out with my parents is my favorite thing to do. I'll wake up on like a Saturday morning and I'll go, hey, what are we doing today? I think they're sick of me.
Wow.
They are sick of me. They're like, we're just going out on our own Ireland without me?
Yeah.
What the heck? Or awesome. I don't know. Just, the things that felt so big when you're younger now are just so small. And because I think you realize there's way bigger maybe issues when you get older, things to focus on and to put your attention toward. And that's more important. So noticing that, and also gratitude has been a huge mindset change for me growing up. It's easy, I think, when you're younger to be like, you're young, whatever. I don't have this, I don't have a big house or whatever, and be kind of ungrateful. And just getting older, and especially with traveling and seeing different situations and countries and what people are living right now, has really allowed me to kind of gain a different perspective and come back home, and the things that I really, really take for granted every single day, I try and be more grateful for. It's still like easy to come home and forget and be, but when I'm gone, I'm like, just like even drinking water, like clean water in Greece, like the water was not very, like you weren't supposed to drink it from the taps and stuff. Whereas here, it's like I always drink water at home from the tap. So it was stuff like that you don't think is a big deal. And then you kind of, you're away from it for a little bit and you really realize, wow, that's something I take for granted every single day. Having your like parents right beside you, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it's like being away from your parents and like seeing like joy in the little things. I mean, like in high school, we're so caught up with like being so driven to be popular and to like look cool with people. And I think for me, that's still kind of there. Like I still want to be liked by people. I think that's like the human condition. You still want to like be cherished by others and you still want to feel important. But like we said earlier, too much of anything is terrible. Like you want to be able to like be selective of who you want validation from too. Like, do you actually want respect from that person, or are you just you know, wanting that because they're cool? And it's like seeing gratitude in like little things. Like I was the same way in high school. I was a little bit of a shithead degenerate, I'd say. And I know that's no exaggeration. Like I was. Like I was sneaking out a bunch. I was just drinking and smoking and doing things that my dad didn't want and didn't really, you know, approve of. And I remember getting home from school and it was just like a bad day. And I was just like, instead of just actually communicating to my family about it, I just shut the door on my dad's face, who was wanting to ask if I was okay. And of course he got angry and I got angry and we split it. And that was like a common occurrence. But like now I see that, he repairs my car. Yeah. He checks in on me and he's like one of the only people in the world who actually like has devoted time and energy, like the parents that we have, to be able to see us go about in the world. And like the only thing that parents really want is to see us be independent, like truly independent.
Yeah.
Like, live our own, have our own families, right?
Yeah.
And it's like when you're young, when your brain's still developing, I don't know, it's like it's tough and you want to be independent, but at the same time you're like stuck. You feel like it's not enough because then you see social medias in the play.
Yeah.
And you want to be cool, but you don't think you're cool. And there's all these things coming out at you.
Yeah.
But then now it's like I'm one of the lucky ones. I consider myself blessed because I think it's not just like a rough patch for some people. It's like the successful people usually they go through something and then they go up, but then some of the people their failures out there, right? That like don't live good lives. And I've talked to some high school friends, that like didn't end up, changing their life around, and that just became resentful and hateful. And it's like, it's tough to see, but I'm really lucky that I blessed. I've realized it and I'm like, oh, like, thank you. And instead of letting the relationships fray and get into a point of no return, I looked in the mirror one day and I went, Advin, you need to change. You need to, like, it was a point in my life of just like a bunch of debauchery. And it was just after a trip from Australia, I got back, my dad was fighting and he had just, gone through a tough job loss, and there was like COVID was happening, and I was still really hateful, resentful, and like I was just developing this anxiety, which I never really had. There's a lot of resentment to me, to my, like, because my mom migrated to Australia, and this is from when I was 9, and I kind of blamed my dad for it subconsciously because they split up. My dad went to Canada, and my mom didn't know that she was going to go to Australia at the time. And so she kind of promoted, or was not opposed to us going to Canada for a better future, And so growing up, right, it's just like, it's tough. Like I felt like alone. I felt like my family, yes, there were good times, but I don't think I lived like a healthy, wholesome childhood,
Yeah.
But I took accountability one day. I think I heard my dad crying at one point, and I just like looked in the mirror. It was like 2-3 a.m. and I just been gaming, and I was like, it's hard to go to bed. And my dad I felt like true love, true empathy for him. So I sat downstairs and I looked him in the eye and I went, yeah, it's time to change. So then, that's when I started actually getting a job and then helping him with the finances, working out with them.
Okay. Yeah.
And like everything just like came out to be. And I'm so like, I think back to that point, I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, like when people tell you like, or ask you like, when was the turning point, right? Like a lot of people can't really say that.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many things. But like for me, it was like, yeah, this room at 3 a.m. And I was just like, it was dark and I was like crying every night. And it was just like, yeah. And then I needed to change. Like I needed to help the family. And then now, life with the family is so great. We have so much love for each other that I say, like, I love you to my dad, and I kiss him goodnight. And I think when people ask me like what my greatest accomplishment is, like it's really cheesy, but
that's
it's
okay.
like, yeah, the fact that I get to say goodnight to my family, like my little brother Charles, and give him a hug, and like fulfilling friendships that actually, raised me up. Like I take pride in that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't always the case,
No, exactly. Yeah, you really notice what's important. And maybe like the important things were always right in front of you. And it was just that situation that helped you see that, I guess. And once you do, then you can really focus on it and put in the energy to, because I never think it's too late, I think there's always time to come back and make amends or do your best to better a situation or a relationship with someone if you've kind of fallen apart or maybe not been the best of friend, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Seeing the situation. And that just happens with maturing and experiencing things as you grow older. And then you realize how much you need those people in your life and how important they are as your support system, because things do get more difficult and life doesn't go as planned. And you really realize that as you see it firsthand. Yeah. I'm saying that now, but I'm only 22. I'm sure things are going to just get more and more difficult.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm really in a great situation and it would probably, I'm going to get, like, that's life, but it's a journey, I guess.
Yeah, we can't all do this alone, right?
No, you need that support system.
I think what was the most freeing for me was like, because we're told when we're in kindergarten, when we're in elementary, you're special, you're so unique, you know, you're cut from a different cloth, you can do anything you want. And here I was, like, my mom always told me that, like, she believed in me before I even believed in myself, you know. She was great, and she was just courageous, and she didn't take no for an answer, and she always did what she wanted, like, and always loved me for who I was. But like, that's great, like the love part, awesome, and like, but feeling special, great, but like being told that you're bound to do something special and like you're gonna be special, it's like, not everyone's gonna be special, you know what I mean? Like, not everyone's gonna be an astronaut. So when I like accepted the fact that I'm not gonna be that special, it was like, oh, thank God, I'm just like an NPC, you know? Like, yeah, it's like not everyone's.
You're your own main character.
No, but like,
you're the main character of your life.
Yeah. I think a lot of don't you, like, in kindergarten, didn't everybody like want to be an astronaut, want to be like an drama?
On Broadway. I thought I was going to be on main star on Broadway. I can't sing. I told you about my singing.
What? I just heard you sing.
My Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
I mean, I can dance.
It's fine. We should do you want to do a cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time, I want to be on here singing.
Let's do it. It. Yeah. Which cover would you do?
That I should have bought you flowers and held your hand.
Bruno Mars.
Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. I used to put that song on when I was younger, and I would full on do a whole
belting.
No, not singing, a full dance, like a really emotional dance. I used to dance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in dance for a bit, and so I would put that song on and in my living room if no one was watching.
Dance like nobody's watching.
Seriously, yeah. That was my song. That was my go-to.
Do you still dance?
No.
Like, for fun?
I mean, I dance. Oh, I dance, but not like classes or anything.
Yeah. Do you do TikTok dances?
I mean, I did during, I think, COVID, but isn't that that's kind of out now? The TikTok. I mean, actually, there was one trending. It was like radio, video, boogie with the suitcase, living in the disco.
I love the dances. I don't know. I see them on my feed. And I love them. Like, I also love the challenges.
Yeah.
You know the challenge of like, give me my money. You know that one?
I think so. Maybe you're on a different side of TikTok than me, though. No,
I'm not. This is trending. Okay, millions of followers. If you don't know this, you're not on TikTok.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the side that's like that sound. Better not drink without me. And I don't want to hear any of this I got homework crap.
If I go through your feed right now, it's like, it's personal, hey, going through somebody's...
No, you can. Do you want to?
You want to go through my feed?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you imagine?
Go through it. Let's do a live reaction.
Okay, you go... Oh, I'll go through yours first.
Okay. Ready?
Live reaction. Let's see.
Okay, this is like my feed, so just feed. Scroll. Just scroll. Those are my like... Okay, that's not my feed. That's like my liked. Is that what we're looking at?
There's just no straight feed.
Straight feed. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Straight feed.
That's my liked videos. That's my feed.
R.I.P. the last bottle of bleach I stole from Starbucks when I quit 3 years ago. Okay, so...
Next one.
This one. Okay, it's Oilers.
Boring.
No, I think it's your friend, Gretzy.
No, I think that's a TikToker.
What's a TikToker?
Wait, next one.
Starbucks. Clean play task, cleaning the ice machine for real. Okay, it's just this girl emptying out this. It's just Starbucks memes. Okay, next. Clean play task filters.
Get past those. That's so boring.
Starbucks. No. There's more Starbucks. Dynamic duo on shift together.
Get past it.
Oilers tap in. Okay, a bunch of Oilers. So unemployed, I have time to revisit every playlist I've ever made.
No way.
And that's like the same. Okay, no. On someone, shit, you gotta start being selfish to get what you want. On Steve and Okay, you're into like the low kind of follower count TikTokers. Like the wow. I didn't know, because mine's usually like TikTok knows I only look at the ones that are what's it called, millions of.
Okay.
I don't know.
The really famous ones.
I don't know.
Like a
this
more
is like
niche.
a weird like side of TikTok.
Yeah.
And then you got just time to relax, but it's my dad's day off, so all of his homework to have to get done.
What?
Bunch of memes.
I like the ones that are funny. Yeah, they like film other people and see their reactions. Or I like the one that's like, I'm so hungry I could eat. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Okay. What do we have here? Your brain can't tell the difference. How to make your life better.
I don't even.
Best part about going to the doctor. Free lollipop at the doctor.
Oh, that guy's a great storyteller.
I've never seen him. Wait, I think I've seen this. Wait, let's fast forward.
I like storytelling.
You go sailing. I like the ones that are like me before backpacking and then they show the after.
Mm-hmm.
They look like a different person. I asked them, will I... Wait, this one's kind of sad. You would need
I like
a miracle.
sad stuff too. I love the sad stuff.
What's this person? Oh, this person's doing well. Okay.
Dance?
Don't die working. You have like sad ones.
They're deep ones. Oh, I love that. That's the guy who wants to live forever, Brian Johnson.
Ah. He said this and my mindset changed. How to make your life easier. Yeah, you have a lot of motivational. When he was active 5 minutes ago, but I'm on delivered for 6. What is this? I can't make this up.
When that's some gay. What? What is that in my feed?
I don't know, but it appeared. How social media destroys your life. Wow. How to look busy at work. Oh, some singing.
Singing, yeah.
Oh, I've seen this one. Turns escalator into like a workout at the airport.
Oh,
me
actually...
after he sends me his baby pictures and I'm on my period.
Is that like
and I realize
girl one?
he looks the exact same, just grown up. And that's so strange. It says it's your friends with them on TikTok, whoever posted this. I don't want to judge. Don't say their name.
Oh. She was actually on the pod.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, my dad's here.
Oh gosh. Okay, we can't have him wait.
Oh my gosh, we gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up.
This is a good old.
Also, I do drive, but he's driving me because of my car.
That's so funny. Yeah, she does. Ireland does drive. Everyone.
But I do think my car is breaking down. I've had her for a long time.
To like get it checked out.
I just don't want to pay the money, so I refuse. But I just turn up the music and it seems to be okay. I don't hear that crackling noise.
Yeah, because you can't hear it. It doesn't exist.
Exactly. Can't hear it. It's not there.
But yeah, do you have any last words for the listeners, viewers?
Go get him. No, cut that out. We can't use that.
Well, I'm putting that in.
So thank you for having me, Advin. This is it. Stay long term. It gets better. Should we do a handshake?
A handshake?
Ooh.
What the? Like a dab? I thought you were really... Okay, I'm not posting this now. There. Boom. Okay.
Stay long term.
Yeah. Do you know what I say after?
Hello, goodbye, you beautiful people.
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. As always, to everyone listening and watching, there is a place for you in this chaotic world. Never lose hope, strengthen your faith, and keep it long term. Ireland, Parsons, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Oliver needs to come in next.
I know. Sorry that my dad's here. I told him an hour and he's not here.
That's right. I just need one more thing.